Hank found an internet website and posted his profile on sugardaddyforme.com. Soon he began to text message and email another woman who responded to his profile. His text messages and emails were sent from his corporate-issued smartphone and laptop. Willa became suspicious due to Hank's sudden interest in pumping iron at the gym and healthy eating habits. Willa took Hank's phone without his knowledge, guessed the passcode because it was Hank's usual password, and she got full access to Hank's phone. Willa did not tell Hank and did not confront him after she saw the phone's contents. Hank told Willa he needed to make a business trip and would be leaving for Chicago. Willa followed Hank. Rather than Chicago, he went to a hotel. Willa took photographs of his car in the hotel lot. Later, she saw Hank leave the hotel with a female and both of them got into a car. Willa followed them, videotaping their movements with her mobile phone. Hank and the female went to a nearby bistro and sat outside. Willa photographed and videotaped Hank and the woman as they shared drinks and dinner. Unbeknownst to either Hank or Willa at the time, the female with Hank tweets, "Having a wonderful time with my man," and she Instagrams a picture of the menu which was written on a pasta noodle. After Hank returns home from his business trip, Willa takes his mobile phone and laptop, as she was instructed to do by her lawyer. She meets the PI down the street and hands the devices to her. The PI leaves with the devices intending to mirror image and hold the contents. Hank wakes up and can't find his phone or computer. He confronts Willa, who tells him that she took the devices and gave them to a friend and she'll return them later that day. Willa returns Hank's mobile phone and computer. She confronts him about his affair. He denies any physical or sexual relationship with the other woman, saying she was his escort because he was lonely. Despite Hank's denials that his escort was platonic, Willa remains suspicious. While Hank is away on another of what he says is a business trip, Willa goes online and accesses Hank's credit card information. She accesses 2 accounts. The first account is in Hank's name alone. Willa is not an authorized user. However, after 3 attempts, she manages to guess the login, password, and security questions. The second account is in the name of Hank's corporation, and he is an authorized user and his name appears on the actual credit card. Again, after 3 attempts, Willa manages to guess the login, password, and security questions, which were a different combination than his individual credit card. Willa is livid with her discovery. From her review of the charges, she believes that the escort is a bona fide mistress who has been involved with Hank for more than 3 months. Hank has traveled with her and he has spent what appears to Willa to be more than $10,000 on jewelry, fancy meals, and hotels. Willa prints out all the information. Several days later, at a neighborhood party, Hank, Willa, and another couple over imbibe. Suggestions are made about a sexual encounter. Eager to get back at Hank, Willa suggests that Hank go home and call her back on Skype. Willa and the neighbor engage in sex acts while Hank watches on Skype. Willa returns to her home and she and Hank engage in sexual relations. Willa goes to see her lawyer. The PI who obtained and copied the mobile phone and computer is present at the meeting. Willa is informed of the email exchanges between Hank and Goldie. She is informed of the text messages and phone calls between Goldie and Hank stored on the phone. She is informed of Hank's web history, and she learns of how Goldie and Hank met on sugardaddyforme.com. Willa learns from the PI that Hank and Goldie made a sex tape. Willa leaves the meeting with her lawyer and PI, and she is white rage hot. She goes to Hank's office and under a false pretense bypasses his assistant and gets access to his workspace. She searches through his desk drawer for a camera memory card. She finds several and takes them without permission. Willa opens the camera memory cards on her computer, but there is no sex tape. Then she scours the house and finds a memory card hidden in the toe of one of Hank's shoes. She opens it and finds the sex tape. Willa takes her evidence and goes to her friend's house. Willa posts on her wall that Hank is the star of a sex tape with that witch, Goldie Digger. She posts the same message on Hank's Facebook page. Willa posts a message on Hank's corporate Facebook page that Big Motor Company employs cheating jerks. With her friend's help, Willa locates Goldie on Facebook and Twitter. From Goldie's Facebook and Twitter feed, she sees Goldie's Instagram photo at the bistro with Hank and other references to her man. Willa can formulate a timeline of when Goldie and Hank were together using the post. Willa and her friend print out all the tweets, photos, and Goldie's Facebook wall. Then, Willa posts the sex tape on Goldie's Facebook wall. Goldie sees the sex tape posted on her Facebook wall. Unfortunately, before she can delete it, so do about 20 of her friends and acquaintances. Several of her friends notify her immediately, assuring her that they will not tell anyone. Those good friends only download copies of the tape and later play it privately for their friends. Unfortunately, one of Goldie's casual acquaintances, a guy who works at the deli near her office, downloads a copy and forwards it to several of his friends, none of whom know Goldie. After Willa makes her post, she calls a locksmith and has the locks to the marital residence changed. Hank is away on a business trip. She texts him and tells him if he returns to the residence that she will have him arrested for domestic trespass, and he needs to get a lawyer. Willa's friend has done more sleuthing and discovered that before Hank and Willa separated, Hank attended Goldie's family reunion over Thanksgiving, although he had told Willa that he was at his own family's home. The proof is a photograph of Hank and Goldie, arm in arm, standing with Goldie's parents and Hank and Willa's children, Sam and Dolly Rose. The photo is located in an online photo album on the website diggerfamily.com. Hank goes to see a lawyer himself. He and the lawyer discuss strategy for the anticipated child custody and alimony cases. Later, Hank goes online, posing as Willa, and establishes a profile on a swinger site. Posing as Willa, he solicits invitations from others to swing with Willa. Over the next several weeks, he actively engages with others on the site, always posing as Willa. He arranges meetings between Willa and interested suitors. Willa tweets via Instagram the photo she took of Hank and Goldie at the bistro with the caption, @HankRose the cheater and @GoldieDigger the tramp. Willa's tweet is a private tweet sent only to her followers. Willa retweets, privately, a handful of Goldie's tweets about Hank. One of Willa's followers happens to be having a post-work cocktail at a local bar. This person recognizes Hank and Goldie from Willa's tweet. This person videotapes Hank and Goldie and tweets a picture of the couple to Willa. This person's Twitter account is not private but is instead public. Thereafter, lots of followers make a game of locating Hank and Goldie and posting photos via Twitter and Instagram of the sightings. #FindHank becomes a Twitter trend. Hank spends 5 minutes talking to his computer about his feelings about Willa and their marriage. He posts the 5-minute Marriage Sucks video to YouTube. Hank goes to Blogspot and establishes a blog. He writes about his feelings, his opinions, his marriage, his wife, and her habits. He posts the Skype session between Willa and the neighbor on his blog. He posts other photographs taken throughout the marriage. Some photographs depict a happy family, including images of their children and children's friends. There is a photo of Willa in an inebriated state. There is a photo of Willa using cocaine. There's a photograph of Willa naked. Hank posts a link to his blog on his Facebook wall and on Willa's wall. Hank anonymously uploads the Skype session with Willa and the neighbor onto YouPorn. Hank's YouTube Marriage Sucks video goes viral. When the YouTube goes public, so does Hank's blog. One of the blog's photos contains images of other people. A parent of one of the friends of the Rose children, Sam and Dolly, is horrified to see a photograph of her child in one of the photos in the blog. When the YouTube video goes viral, the views create substantial income for Hank. Willa files suit against Hank for all available domestic causes of action, including child custody, post-separation support, and alimony. Before filing suit, she takes down her Twitter feed and closes her Facebook page. She deletes all posts on her Facebook page relating to Hank or to Goldie. Since her troubles with Hank first began, she has made a habit of deleting all emails concerning Hank or Goldie or her domestic situation. She deletes her sent emails as soon as she sends them and deletes her incoming emails as soon as she reads them. She began this course of deleting emails immediately after the meeting with her lawyer in which she learned of the sex tape. Before filing suit against Hank, Willa's lawyer sends a non-spoliation letter to Hank warning him not to destroy or alter any electronic data. Willa receives a copy of the letter. Shortly after the lawsuit is commenced, Hank's attorney issues subpoenas to obtain the complete record of Willa's Twitter and Facebook activity. Willa's attorney responds by issuing a subpoena to the company that operates the YouPorn website. The subpoena is aimed at establishing the identity of the person who posted the Skype session. Her attorney also subpoenas the company that operates the Swinger website, attempting to establish the identity of the person who impersonated Willa on the Swinger website. Hank is a key employee at his company. The company, Big Motor Company, sends Willa a cease and desist letter. This letter includes a demand for Willa to return the company's property and all images and information obtained from their corporate property. Willa sends a non-spoliation letter to Big Motor Company. Willa files a lawsuit naming Big Motor Company as a defendant. Willa serves a notice of deposition to Hank's immediate boss.
This is going to impact me, huh?
I think so.